Hey guys, what's up? This is Regeneration. How are you guys doing? So today I wanted to talk about, obviously we are in RS3, I wanted to talk about the reasons that I like RS3 and the reasons that I don't like RS3. Possibly starting with the fact that it lags like holy hell even when you're not on fucking Ultra, which I can play on Ultra, but it's just a little bit choppy. Anyway, so I'm in minimum graphics. Let's get into it. I guess the first thing is that let's start with the things that I like about RS3, because there's a lot of things I like about it. There's a lot of things I hate about it. And, you know, other players would agree, too. So as you can see, I'm very fabulous right now, sporting my rainbow setup that I usually have, so people notice, know who I am. So, why do I like RS3? Well, let's start with the fact that even on minimum graphics, these graphics are pretty good, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I've always liked the RS3 graphics since probably, I want to say 2011, 2012 is when the graphics started getting good. Definitely after RuneScape HD came out in 2008. That was pretty cool. Definitely was pumped when that happened, and we got full screen mode, obviously. So I do like the graphics. Even on minimum, they are good. On Ultra, they are I wouldn't say they're fantastic as opposed to like other games, because obviously this is, still a computer game, and lots of other games are just way more software, enhanced, I guess. But nonetheless, it has very good graphics, so that is a plus. The other thing is that the music in RS3 is fucking phenomenal. As I said in my previous video talking about why I like 07, I talked about how in RS3 they had a whole orchestra to start making the music for new RuneScape when RS3 came out. They actually, I shit you not, hired an orchestra to recompose all of the songs of RuneScape. It is fantastic. I mean, between the music and the graphics alone, it's a pretty fun game to play. Now, personally, I've always liked the fact that they update this game. Now, honestly, they update it too much. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Did you see that? It, like, showed the Lumbridge crater for a second. But anyway, so they update it maybe too much, but nonetheless, they still give it a lot of updates. And, lately it's been mostly player updates. There's been a couple updates that Jagex have, done themselves, but nonetheless, we sometimes get to vote for them. That's another thing that I like about 07 is that you always get to vote for the content that you're going to see. But nonetheless, we still get most of those freedoms. So I do like the fact that this game is, always updated. That is good for a game. And in fact, I believe it was in 2008 or 2009, it won the Guinness Book of World Records for most updated game ever. So that is cool. What else do I like about RS3? Well, I like the fact that the stale combat system of Legacy was changed to Evolution of Combat. Now, for the longest time, I didn't like it, and I didn't want to get situated to a new combat system and stuff like that. But I figured, you know what, fuck it, it's going to be fun, and, I was right. It is a pretty fun system. I do like both systems, Legacy and Evolution of Combat. Not everybody does. Some people hate Legacy, some people hate Evolution of Combat. I like both. So I'm glad that they updated the combat system, at least so you could, choose what you want to use. I do like that, that they have tons of skills to train. You have lots of things to do. You can go for Max Cape, Comp Cape, Master Quest Cape. There's so much to do in this game. Even in 07, there's a shit ton to do, but there's even more to do in RS3, So that's one thing, another thing that I always liked about RS3. Now, I could probably go on and on with all the stuff that I like about RS3. It's just nicely refined. There's a lot of people that still play it, which is cool. Let me see what else. The PKing on EoC or Legacy is still pretty fun. The bossing is phenomenal, honestly. I don't know, honestly, if RS3 bossing is better or if 07 bossing is better. They're both fun. But in RS3, it's more skill oriented in a way, because you're actually using more skill to fight the bosses if you're using Evolution of Combat. Holy shit, it is dead here. There is like not anybody here. Oh yeah, I'm on a 2400 world. But so that's another thing that it has going for it. That's a plus, I guess. So yeah, I could probably talk all day about what I like about RS3. Now, there's a lot of things that I don't like about RS3. Now, obviously, I don't like the fact that they took the wilderness away for a long time. They brought it back, and now barely anybody cares. And I actually did like revenant hunting, so I'm kind of sad that they brought it back in the first place. It's like they took something away from us, and then they gave us something else, and then they took that away from us too. You know, so that was kind of bullshit. I don't like the fact, I hate the fact that the Grand Exchange prices are fucked up, that they're not the street prices. You know, the price, there's two different prices, and because of that, there's a lot of scammers and a lot of gamblers. I don't like that either. I also hate how many microtransactions there are. There is a shit ton of microtransactions. Go right here to fucking Solomon Store, then you have Treasure Hunter, you have fucking Bonds membership. This is all microtransactions right here. Upgrades and extras. Fucking microtransaction city, I swear to God. Can I get my new present? I don't think I can. I don't even have keys. But anyways, so I don't like that either. I do like the fact that most of the bots are gone, but nonetheless, there's still bots for certain things. Don't like that. I don't like the fact that you can barely run NXT on any computer. You have to have a certain top spec computer to run it. Even my computer, which is a octa-core processor, i6700. It's a Intel Core i7 processor. It's like one of the best, and it can barely run NXT. It can pretty much fine, but it's choppy. It's not fluid like how it is right now. You know, even sometimes on minimum graphics it lags. So I don't like the fact that NXT, or even, not even ultra graphics, but even high graphics will kill a lot of computers. And I also don't like the fact that even minimum graphics sometimes struggle, you know. So I don't like the fact that it's, you know, sometimes unplayable now for some people. That's not fair to everybody, you know. And I think they realize that, and that's why they have the minimum graphic settings, and that's why they have the resizable screen. So you could change that, you know, which, you know, the little, if you go to minimum, then it just goes back to the little tiny screen that we used to have, I believe. Does it still do that? Maybe it doesn't. Huh. I don't know. So I don't like that. What else do I not like about this game? Well, for the fact that the fucking X doesn't work on the top. There's also some minor glitches and stuff, like sometimes the map will glitch out like it did earlier, showing me a different place. One time I was in the fucking desert and it showed me I was in Perfidinas. I don't like that. There's some other glitches, like sometimes, I definitely don't like the loading screens. That's kind of a fucking annoying. It's supposed to be an open world game, but it more resembles a kind of, load by load screen game, which I play Final Fantasy XIV, and that's not really a bad thing per se, but it is definitely annoying, you know, because RuneScape's never been that kind of game, so I don't appreciate that. But nonetheless, it's because of the NXT, which I do appreciate, so at least on a new computer I do. But nonetheless, I don't like the bugs, like the graphical glitches, and sometimes the lag, and other things like that. I've never really seen any glitches and stuff like that in the game per se, like actual glitches. However, now that I think about that, I do have an interesting glitch that I want to show you guys on a future episode. That I don't know how many people else it's happened to, but I will show that on another video. But I mean, I don't know. Besides that, there's not much to really hate about RuneScape 3. Those are really just my gripes, you know, the problems with the graphics and the bugs, and the problems with the microtransactions, and the GE being fucked up all the time. I also don't like the fact that because of microtransactions, there's a shit ton of inflation, and, you know, I have 190 mil cash, and that is probably worth, what would that be worth in 07? That would probably be worth, like, what, 30 mil? 40 mil maybe in 07 cash, you know? So it's pretty bad. The inflation is fucking crazy, and it's happened in only the last few years, you know? The inflation didn't really start getting bad until around 2010 or so, 2011, I would say. That's when it really started getting out of hand. Money isn't really worth shit anymore. I don't like that. I also don't like the fact that a lot of mini games are dead. That pisses me off. I used to play Soul Wars all the time, Castle Wars, Pest Control. I still play that from time to time. I actually got all my Combat 99s at Pest Control. I was probably one of the first players to ever do that. I've played like fucking 12,000 plus Pest Control games. I don't know how high in the high scores I would be if they counted that kind of thing for Pest Control, but I played a lot of Pest Control. You know, I also don't like the fact that you have to be a member to have your high scores. I think that's a load of shit. I know why they did it, but I don't like that. There's just a shit, it's the same thing. I could go on talking about forever how I like RuneScape 3. I could go on talking about forever how I don't like it. But at the end of the day, I still play the game. I have to take breaks sometimes, but nonetheless, it's still a fun game, and I'm never going to stop playing this game until they go out of business. And I know that for a fucking fact. So, I've already been playing it 15 years, and I'm only 21, so that just shows you my dedication. I fucking survived 3 years of playing Classic, as a fucking, toddler almost, basically, or a little kid, so, I'm not going anywhere, but, nonetheless, there's a lot of things I like, a lot of things I don't like. I want you guys to tell me what you guys like and what you guys don't like about RS3. It's probably a shit ton as well, but, anyways, yeah, that's basically all I want to say for this video. I don't want to make it super long, even though it's already been long as fuck, so, yeah, tell me what you guys thought about this video, and, I will see you guys on the next video, whatever that may be. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.